Two marriageable women. One has kids, one doesn't. Which one do you pick? Simple question. Until it wasn't.
Which one would you pick? The one, they're both marriageable. The one who has a kid or the one who doesn't have a kid?
It quickly turned into this.
It doesn't say anything about a person's character because they have
Hold on.
Yes, he does. You literally said he does. You literally said it.
She said she had a one-night stand, and by that one-night stand, she created a family. That is totally
that's horrible.
egregious.
Then this wild analogy dropped.
Deciding to motherfucking order the goddamn or eat the gas station sushi is a bad decision. Deciding to go to a club, have a one-night stand, have unprotected sex with a random man. You don't know his name. You don't know his last name. You don't know, you ain't looked at no my chart. You don't know how much money he makes. You don't know anything, and you make the most serious decision that a woman could ever make, bro.
Then the room exploded.
What's the likelihood of you getting a motherfucking, let's say a board member job or a high-level job at a Fortune 500 company with being a convicted member out on parole? What are your chances?
Very low.
Extremely low. That's the equivalent of a one-night stand, random dude, single mom, skeeting confess, coming to me thinking that I'm going to take her serious for a long-term relationship. Stop it.
But then, accountability.
Yeah, was that a good decision or would you regret it?
I don't regret it, but no, that was not a good decision on my part.
And then the twist.
I feel like the woman with the child is more nurturing. She's going to be more catering to you because she has a child and she knows what it is to be that.
So the trap was set.
Why would you not want your son with a woman with kids that is going to treat him better? Why?
And finally,
now you as a mom, right?
Yes.
Would you ever put a man before your kids?
No.
Thank you. Checkmate.
now the real question. Is it judgment or just preferences with consequences?
Last week on Ladies First.
This is how me and Fatty, as much as people trade, we're not trying to have the good faith conversation. We'll keep adjusting to what you're trying to do. So let's do this. There are two women that's marriageable that you would marry, regardless of what we're not saying they're the same woman. They're different women, but these are two women that you believe are marriageable for you. Which one would you pick? The one, they're both marriageable. The one who has a kid or the one who doesn't have a kid?
I don't disagree that I would pick the one that didn't have children.
No. Can you answer it? No. That's not.
Answered it.
You answered it without answering it.
No, I just said.
No,
like,
can you just say I would pick?
If I had two women, but what I'm.
No, real quick. No, context. No.
I disagree with the premise that it's a perfect question. It's not a perfect question.
Jonathan, would you pick the kid with the woman with the children or the woman not with the children, Jonathan?
I'm telling you, I agree with you that I would pick the woman without the kids if I didn't have kids, and we're coming at that. But what I'm saying is that is not a question or a dilemma that's going to be presented to most people ever.
Sure,
right?
but
we're trying to paint Tia in a corner, and we're trying.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Because once again, Jonathan, the thing is, she's being logically inconsistent. Money doesn't matter, but my money matters.
Career doesn't matter.
She's not doing nothing based in reality. Jonathan, do you believe that a woman with 0 kids is as valuable as a woman with 5 kids?
I agree that. I'm not gonna place a judgment on a woman based on whether she has kids or not. I refuse to do that.
So Jonathan, but that's my point, right? This is what I'm saying. This is disingenuous, right? We definitely should judge, and we should tell our sisters to judge, our daughters. Like, this is how women get got. Oh, he has 5 baby mamas, but I'm not going to judge him. You know what's going to happen? You're going to be the 6th. Congratulations, you just played yourself. You are telling people to not judge people on past requirements, and now I come in with 5 baby mamas, meaning I'm a serial impregnator. I'll bust on you and I'll move around, and you are not going to judge me because I did that. And now you are the 6th baby mama on Ali's show complaining how man ain't shit because I told you I was going to be with you when I never kept the 5 women that came behind you. Like, if you are a coach, if you are telling women what to do and how to move and all that, why not telling women and men especially, if this woman has a certain type of kids, number of baby daddies, she's a red flag, go get another one that doesn't have it. Like, why not actually go that route?
I think when someone comes into a relationship with children, all it talks about are 2 things. One, their judgment skills. They may have not made the best judgment in picking the right partner, The other thing it says is that maybe they weren't as good at holding a relationship together or committing to that relationship. Or again, going back, they made a judgment, picked the person who they thought could commit to a relationship.
Josh,
man, listen, guys. Jonathan, right, Mr. Chosen, he is literally the white guy that your black women try to compare your black man to, right?
And who's that? Oh, it's Mr. MVP, Simp!
You know, all your sisters who, oh man, your black men don't know how to take care of their sisters. Your black men don't know how to appreciate black women. We want to go, man, where your men know how to, freaking respect women, this, that, and a third, yada, 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 yada. This is literally the guys that they're trying to compare black men to. This is the type of guy that they want black men to be like. A bunch of pushovers, a bunch of guys, man, that you can just walk all over.
Great, you're a soy boy beta cuck.
What? But see, here's the funny thing about your sisters, right? Here's the funny thing about your sisters. They will trash black men for dating outside of the race, right? For dating white women. And the first thing, a lot of times, right? I ain't gonna say the first thing. A lot of times their response to that is, well, listen, the reason they date outside the race and they date white women is because they can't handle a strong, independent black woman. Because they just want a woman they can run all over. They want a woman they can walk all over. But yeah, this is the type of white men a lot of our sisters shoot for. So it's just like, man, once again, your brothers are telling you right now, this is not even a guy we would even want in our community. Him and tomfoolery. But once again, these are the type of white men your black woman yarn for. And even then, they still can't even keep these type of guys, which is sad. Hey, man, listen, this is our sisters. But hey, once again, man, you got a lot of sisters who said this is their preference, right? But they want a stoic man. Let's continue.
Say anything about a person's character because they have kids.
Hold on.
Yes, he does. You literally said he does. You literally said it.
She said she had a one night stand, and by that one night stand, she created a family. That is totally
that's horrible judgment. Yeah, that's horrible judgment and character and everything.
That is
and
horrible judgment.
Oh my God!
One night stand is not
someone you don't
judgment.
know, and then make a family with a person that you don't know. That is really bad.
Jonathan. Jonathan. Building a family with
to make people feel
no, Jonathan. No, I just want 1 second, friends. No, let him clarify. Let him clarify. Hey, Rose, great point. The Mr. Fantastic, great point. You are telling me that if Fetty comes here and I'm saying, hey, bro, I'm not about that live. I'm out of the game looking with y'all binocles. I literally was making a joke about having sex raw, unprotected. You are telling me if I pulled up and I told you that my only kid was out of a one night stand with a stripper or somebody that was running the streets that I didn't even know what she said. I didn't even know him like that. You are not telling me that shows that I have a lack of like judgment or like I'm missing something. You're telling that's not the negative?
That's exactly what I'm saying. That is a sign that you don't make the best decisions. 100%.
So why should I pick you if you don't make good decisions?
Because if we weren't friends or had love for other people in the world because they made bad decisions, there's no one on this panel right now that hasn't made a bad decision in their life. And if you try to tell me there is, I know you're lying through.
No, but you're not the one.
You're right.
The reality is because a woman who went to a club and was attracted and got talked to by a handsome guy, takes her back home, they have sex, and for whatever reason she made a bad judgment
and she letting him eating her raw and get her pregnant. Hold on, Jonathan. Hold on.
It just says that she made a bad decision.
No, brother. No, hell no. Listen,
Jonathan is trying to make it seem as if these women are just innocent, right? These women who had oops babies, if we're talking about them going to a club or whatnot, going to a party, and they just happen to have, sex with one guy, and then, oh my goodness, I just messed up. Once again, for me personally, this is a learned behavior. This is a behavior this is a consistent behavior. They just got caught up one time. We know plenty. I went to an HBCU. I know plenty of sisters who went through this exact same thing. Sit over here, slipping up, having the oops babies, right? Now, We are living in a society where they encourage this. Oh, that baby's a blessing. That baby's this. Baby's not a blessing. The baby not even going to know who the father is for the most part, right? But you're going to have all of these sisters, man, who will sit up here, have these damn children, and a lot of people will still say, hey, well, listen, you shouldn't be one to push her to the side. But it's like, well, hold on, bro, look at the type of lifestyle that she was living. We already knew this was going to happen. It just happened to catch up to her. So, hey, guess what? You sitting here saying, hey, well, listen, she's innocent. But it's like, well, hold on, she has a crazy past behind it. So this is just telling her what she's been doing, right? What she just did right here, getting pregnant, is very telling her what she's been doing. And they've had a reckless life, which is why your women have an issue with talking about body count, which is why your women who become ran through, who have a bunch of kids by a bunch of pookies and ray-rays, once they hit their 30s and their 40s, they start to say a real man is a guy who's choosing to take care of somebody else's child. They say a real man doesn't ask a woman her body count. Once again, all they're doing is just coping, right? But this is just proof that a woman's past matter, right? And if you sit over here getting knocked up by one guy, one stranger, and you're talking about a party, that says a lot about you, in my opinion. Let's continue.
Deciding to motherfucking order the goddamn or eat the gas station sushi is a bad decision, okay? That we all make, okay? Motherfucking deciding to go to a club, have a one-night stand, have unprotected sex with a random man. You don't know his name. You don't know his last name. You don't know, you ain't looked at no my chart. You don't know how much money he makes. You don't know anything. And you make the most serious decision that a woman could ever fucking make, bro. Okay. In producing a life. All right.
Well, she didn't know she was producing a life.
I got that, Josh. But as men and as humans, as people, does the fucking, what's the likelihood of you getting a motherfucking, let's say a board member job or a high level job at a Fortune 500 company with being a convicted murderer out on parole? Yes. What are your chances?
Very low.
Extremely low. Yes. That's the equivalent of a single one night stand, random dude, single mom, skeeting motherfucking fest coming to me thinking that I'm going to take her serious for a long-term relationship. Stop it.
Hey, fantastic. Why don't we ask her? No. Hey, Jonathan, 1 second. She's right here. Hey, Tia. And we yourself. Wait. No. Let's ask her. Hey, Tia.
That's her story.
Let's go. Let's go 1 second. Let's go with the recap so Thomas can get the microphone and interrupt. Okay. The recap is you met this dude, one night stand. Dude was running the streets. You get pregnant. You have a kid because you are not in favor of baby deletions, right?
So that was
1 second. Even though, you want me to correct me the story, like anything different?
No, go ahead. I'll correct when I talk. Go ahead.
Even though you might not regret the results of it, which is your baby, do you think that was do you think that was a terrible decision what you did that day?
So because I summed it up. Yes, I met the guy. On Sweetest Day at a club. We talked a few times. Excuse me, I'm talking, y'all. I met the guy on Sweetest Day, and we talked a few times. We hung out a few times. So the first time I actually had, sex with him, I did get pregnant, but that was around, let's say, around Super Bowl. So I want to say that around the beginning of February, and I found out around Valentine's Day that I was pregnant. Again, I met him on Sweetest Day.
Sweetest Day is when the girls approach the guys, Mr.
And I approached him, and I'm not gonna.
That day doesn't even exist. That day doesn't exist. It's called that day is called White Day in Japan. Y'all Americans don't have that shit, so be quiet.
Yeah, so you was going, so you'd already pre-selected. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was certainly pre-selected.
You can say whatever you want to say.
Maybe I'm saying what you said.
No, it's not important. It's not important. French. It's not important. Go ahead.
So yes, I met him on Sweetest Day. I approached him. We talked a few times, and we went out a few times, and I had sex with him, and I found out around Valentine's Day. So it wasn't like, oh, wham, bam, thank you, man. I met him in the club, and then I went home with him. So I did know that he worked for the city. So he did, since you want to keep saying like, oh, he's just a street guy. Yes, he's a street guy, but he also have a job.
Yes, like Ghost from Power.
Nah.
He's a nightclub owner. he's a nightclub owner, right? He has a job. And he's a drug dealer. The fuck are you doing?
In the streets. He got one
come
foot
on,
in,
man. What the hell? Hey,
one foot in and one foot out. Okay.
He had the job, guys. He had the job. Hey, but Tia, answer the question so Thomas can go, please. And then we'll open the panel to Smell the Roses and to Chris. Thank you very much for being here. Tia, was that a good decision or would you regret it?
I don't regret it, but no, that was not a good decision on my part.
And was this the first or the second kid?
That was my second child. It was 11 years apart. They're 11 years apart.
So go ahead, Thomas, and interrupt it. What I'm going to say is
11 years, people. 11 years, and you still made the same mistake a teenager would make. 11 years apart, right? And you still made the same mistake that you would have made when you were a teenager, people. But yet these are the same women that swear up and down they got the most degrees, that they're smarter, that, you know, they can never be finessed. But the whole time, ma'am, you literally found yourself in the same situation. What happened to the first child? And then you have this guy. I mean, like, what are we doing? But yet they complain when we compare them to children. This is why we compare women to children, because you'll just start to see how she is trying to switch, you know, trying to move the goalposts, trying to switch up what she, and this is the issue that we have with women, because they will love to talk trash about men. And I'm not saying she's talking trash about men, but we already, I'm putting it in the same category, you know, I'm putting over with the sisterhood, right? With the bad part of the sisterhood. You have women who will say they're smarter, say they're this, say they're that, just always talk trash about men. But here's another good example of this sister right here, Cynthia G. Cynthia G talk trash about black men all day, but whole time she ended up getting knocked up by a Pookie and Ray Ray, the same guy she called dust mites or something like that.
People are not generally in this generation, they're not really going around, they're having casual sex, and that's why diseases are high, because they're having casual sex unprotected. They're acting like they don't know that somebody can get pregnant.
No one in history has done that. So what she's ultimately doing is she's putting out some text messaging, and granted, the things that are in the messages I did say. I would never go back on the stuff that I said. As a grown woman, I have no problem admitting to stuff that I said. I said some things out of anger during a certain time. And so what's going on is this is being framed in a certain way to basically say that I met a man, Rob, and within 3 months I chose to go get pregnant by him. This is what is being said. Now, the thing of it is that this is not the case, because like I said, this person does not even know if I am currently pregnant, because I have not spoken to her in a while. So she wouldn't know, she wouldn't be able to validate if I was still pregnant or not. She would not be able to do that, because again, I have not spoken to her. But I would not lie and say the text messages and the stuff that she's showing is not true, because it is. And those things that are things that I've said, I said them in a certain context. That context is not being shown, of course, because when people want to show a certain narrative, they're going to show a certain narrative. So I'm being told that I'm a hypocrite. I'm being told that I've somehow chose a man with a dusty beta male. I understand that I said certain things and messages out of anger. And like I said, I don't have a choice but to take responsibility for that, because I did say certain things. Now, do I think that this man is a beta male? Absolutely not. Did I meet him and then within 3 months decide and plan to be pregnant by him? Absolutely not. I certainly didn't do that. But there is a text message where obviously I did talk about some conversations that we had, and I did say that we had a conversation about that. And that's because I met him and spoke to him and learned that he was a very intelligent man. I liked his character. I still like his character. That's just a reality of what it is.
Once again, but here's the thing. You're talking about 11 years apart and you still made the same mistake. Here's Cynthia G and her damn near about to be 45 something years of age. And guess what? She gets knocked up by your boy Robert Perkins, getting knocked up by Pookie, something that you should know you shouldn't be doing, right? But hey, let's continue.
Is like, do you regret it? Let's imagine that you could have a kid, but that situation would like you know the the Man in Black thing that you do the and they disappear.
The neutralizer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I wish I would have done it differently. You know,
would you pick a different man?
I didn't hear you.
Would you pick a different man?
Would I pick a different man from the club?
Yes.
To have the kid with.
To have the kid with.
Because he's not a bad guy. He's just not right for me.
I just want to know from you, honestly, 'cause I'm really curious. Why the woman whooped the child over the woman without the child? I just want to know why.
This is just from my perspective and from what I've seen over my more mature years. I just feel like, and again, I may be biased. I feel like the woman with the child is more nurturing. She's going to be more catering to you because she has a child and she knows what it is to be that, versus a woman without a child, like she's just all about self. She doesn't have to really worry about nobody else. She doesn't really know how to care for anyone else. And this coming from like some male friends, they will talk about their girl without the child and the woman with the child. Of course, it is like some stipulations, like you got to wait for her to get a babysitter and all this other stuff. But the woman with the child, she's going to be more nurturing to you. She's going to be more submissive to you versus the woman without a child, because she feel like it's just all about me and you have to take care of me.
So
any follow-up questions?
Your son. I just want one follow-up. Yeah, just last question. Your son.
I do not want him with the woman with the child.
Hey,
I
Mom.
do not want that. My son.
I need help
with the child.
With
wait. But they're more nurturing. No, but they're more. One second, please. Thomas, great question. So this is what you said.
That's why I saw you,
Jonathan.
This is what you said. You said, woman with a child are more nurturing. They're going to treat you better. No, 1 second. Not just the kids. They're going to treat you better. They know how to treat you better and all that.
Yeah.
And now your son gets with the woman with a child that probably will treat him better because she has a child, right? According to Tia. And you said, nah, I don't want my kid with a child. Why?
Why? I said not most. Why you?
What?
I feel like you put
what?
Not all women. I didn't say all.
No,
women
nothing. No, nothing. We're not doing that.
I'm not going back.
No, I'm doing the jutsu to stop. Okay, stop. Not all. We understand.
Yes.
Minorities, we understand. In general, are women with kids going to treat their men better than women with no kids?
I feel so. Yes.
Okay, so now that we established that,
yes.
If like Thomas asked you, if your son gets a woman that has a kid, which means probability of her treating him better are way better than the one with no kids, why would you not want your son with a woman with kids that is going to treat him better? Why?
She's tapping the phone or something. I don't know if she can hear you or not.
She's trying to figure out. How can I get out of this?
Watch this.
So Tia, your statement is that women that have kids treat men better than women with no kids. Why wouldn't you want your kid to be with a woman that treats him better, a woman with kids? Why would you want him to not be with her since they treat men better?
I just want my son to experience life differently than I do. I don't want him to go down my face.
There's nothing
details.
Brother.
There's nothing to do with you, okay? This is a general statement. You said
if this was a general statement, then any boy that was raised by a woman that has multiple kids, I will want him to have a better chance than his mother has.
Let her finish. Can you give context? No, can she give context, ma'am? Can you break that down? What that looks like? Like,
why is it a better life if she's going to treat her better?
Why is the kid having a woman without no children life going to be better?
Yes.
I'm not saying
well,
that
there's
his
going
life
to be
is...
less mouths to feed.
Hold on, Mr. Johnson. Please let her speak for herself. She's a grown woman, my brother.
I'm not saying that his life is going to be better, but I know boys see the struggle that their mother go through taking care of the household.
What?
Yeah, and hold on. So again, yeah, this is the problem, right? In your scenario. Now, you as a mom, right?
Yes.
Would you ever put a man before your kids?
No.
Thank you. Checkmate.
That was good. You know what's good about that? That she did that too. Ain't nobody a bigger cock block than children. I have no friends with my kids. You don't know how many times I go upstairs, downstairs, trying to get my kids to go to sleep because she is nurturing. With the fact that she's nurturing, she's gonna be with the kids more. So Tia, if you don't have no kids, I get you to be more nurturing for me. I get you to put me first. I get you to be obligated for me. But you just admitted the fantastic.
But I will do that for my husband, not for my man. Not for no random guy. No, I'm not doing that.
No, she just changed it. Ali, she just changed it. She changed it. So you put your husband in front of your kids?
She can't.
Yes, because that's my husband. He's the head of this household.
No. So if you marry Fantastic tomorrow and he becomes your husband, he now is priority over the kids that you had before you met him?
Yes, because he is my husband. We took vows. He is the head of the household. My husband come first. I'm not just going to put some random guy that I'm dating before my kids.
The same guy that this is incredible.
Why are y'all trying to switch my words?
And it's not because he's tricking, because you literally said you'd be willing to take care of a husband. There's not the vows. There's not usually a traditional relationship. You said if the man work at McDonald's.
Not in tradition.
No, Tia.
Things are not traditional now.
No. That's the point. That's what we're saying, Tia. Nothing about you is traditional. But now all of a sudden you are using the traditional thing as scapegoat when we know for a fact you had a kid when you were younger, you had a kid when you were older, you were having casual sex.
I surely did.
And none of that was traditional.
So why are you bringing traditionalism now?
All of that was traditional because that describes basically half the entire world does that.
All the baby mamas
out there. Serious, Jonathan.
Tia said that women who don't have any kids, are selfish, right? But your women who do have children, they know how to nurture, they're this, they're that, yada, yada, yada. They only know how to nurture to a child. But okay, let's just run with that. But so with that logic, right? With that logic, that means all your women should just simply become single mothers because they will somehow, some way unlock a power that you could easily get without having a child, right? But hey, using her logic, hey, guess what? If you have a child, you will know how to be a nurturer. You will know how to take care of somebody. But if you don't have a child, you wouldn't know how to do that. So, hey, become somebody's baby mama instead of somebody's wife, instead of somebody's girlfriend. Become somebody's baby mama so we can go ahead and start getting more guys to, instead of having them go pick a woman who doesn't have a child, have them go all for single mothers. This is the logic of your women. This is the logic of sisters like this. And then the funny thing about it, she says that they're more submissive, but yet you do understand that a lot of these women will not allow you to put hands on their children. So what submission is that? He can't even put your kid in submission, right? So the fact that he can't even put your kid in submission, you already know it ain't gonna work for you. You already know it's not gonna work for you. And then you have to deal with the father. So I mean, you really have no room in that house. You don't have no authority, no leadership in that household. Big facts. But once again, notice how these women just keep moving the goalposts. But the second you jump on any of these panels and you may make a broad statement that, see, y'all women love to move the goalposts, right? If you go to a whole nother video, you go to, let's say we make a whole new panel, right? And we want to bring, a man says, well, you know what? See, y'all women are just very disingenuous. Y'all always move the goalposts. They will say, you can't even prove that. They will say, no, that's not even true. But yet we can go on Might Be Risky's channel, Fatty's, Anton Daniels, who else I'm freaking missing? Lapeef, Table 8. You will see how disingenuous a lot of our sisters are, and they all have a hive mind, but they will all tell you the exact same thing. You can't prove that, but this is like, okay, well, that's fine. Let me go ahead and go to Might Be Risky. Let me go ahead and go to Lapeef. Let me go ahead and go to all of these other channels, man, where I can prove to you that y'all all have the same mindset. The main ones who say we can't prove it are the main ones who are doing it. Big facts. And the good examples are Bo and Pretty. This dude, Jonathan, is so freaking funny, man. He's talking about, well, you know, I'm not talking about good or bad tradition. I'm just talking about how, Jonathan, you know what we're talking about. Why would we want to be talking about bad tradition when we're pretty much trying to compare and contrast, when we're trying to tell you that whatever tradition that these women have created today is bad. Statistically speaking, it's bad. So if you already know statistically speaking is bad, why would you want to bring that up? Why would you want to try to then make the argument that, hey, well, listen, it's just a tradition. Well, is it a good tradition? No, it's not. So then why would you want to hype it up? But look at how your people sow discord. And really, a lot of your black women should be having an issue with guys like this, because all he's really doing is just adding to the downfall of our sisterhood, truthfully, truth be told, and a part of the black community too. So to his logic, if there was a tradition that a lot of your guys will go out their way to go great women, he will fight tooth and nail for that stuff to end. So my question is, why wouldn't he sit here and fight tooth and nail for this piss poor tradition to end, when statistically speaking, it is a detriment to our community?
I'm
not passing judgment.
Oh my God, Jonathan.
You're right. It's
all
of the baby mamas out there talk out of both sides of their neck.
Are having sex,
Hey, Jonathan.
Don't be disingenuous.
Just because half of the world is doing it right now doesn't make it traditional. Traditional means something that people been doing from generations. It's something that is ingrained in the culture. Having one night stands and having a baby. You know what traditional is? Traditional will be Tia dad go to that man's house with a shotgun and says, now you're going to marry her because that's tradition.
I'm glad you brought that up.
You put the kid on her, now you cover. That's not traditional.
Then I'm glad you brought that up, because the Super Bowl isn't traditional. It's not old enough.
Wait, what?
So if we have Super Bowl traditions and they're only like 50 years, then kids sleeping around for the last 50 years, that is traditional now. If
the NFL was 15 years old, you would be right.
Right.
But he's not right. There's the NFL 15 years old.
I'm not passing. I'm not making.
You guys, Jonathan.
I think you missed. Hang on, Thomas. I'll let you land that plane in a second. I got to speak to Patty. You know what the thing is that you got to separate behavior.
You have to be on camera, man. Stop playing with me. God damn it. You be on camera. I'll put you up. Get up off camera. Come on.
You guys got to practice separating people's behavior from their identity. And you guys want to paint people with your judgments based on their behavior. And you want to say that what they say or do is who they are. It's not. So I don't agree with kids. I don't think it's great that kids are out having casual sex. I don't think it's great to be creating babies and whatnot. I think they're better decisions that we can all make. I don't judge.
You should.
Many of us should. No, we should. But the point is that it is tradition because it's happening now all the time. So it's the new tradition.
Aren't you Christian?
Yes, which is why I don't judge.
So no. Don't 1 second. Don't you have a manual of traditions that you have to follow?
I follow traditions. I follow the word of God for sure.
Yes, yes.
Part of that tells me not to judge other people.
Okay, right now,
your wife have children. Why doesn't your wife have children? Why didn't you pick a woman with children from another man?
Because of what Tia said, we chose that life. She wants her sons
to choose women that aren't baby mamas because their lives would be easier.
Would be easier. There'd be less decisions a night. Let's say her son gets married at 25. It means he's not having another mouth to feed. What's that?
If they lived a life opposite than the life she chose, which isn't traditional.
Yeah, but what I'm just arguing is that it's now the new tradition. Like, tell me.
No.
No, but
it
Mother
can't be
Rose,
the
you go to
new.
Walmart.
Baby mamas are never the tradition. They're never gonna be the tradition. That's
Hey,
what we're saying.
Roses, what he's doing is he's the typical pastor that now, because his church is full of baby mamas, now he's catering to them and saying this is the new tradition. Now, matter of fact, Jonathan, being lesbian and gay is something that is trending on the last decades. There's so many women that are bisexual, bi-curious. By the way, Atia, do you like women? Or you ever kissed a woman? Ever?
No, I don't like women.
Okay.
Not at all.
So if Tia tomorrow, Jonathan, became a lesbian or a bisexual because it's the new tradition, because most of these women are doing these things, right? Would you be okay sitting here based on your religion, based on values and all that? Would you be okay with saying it's okay because these kids on the last 15 years have been doing it, so it's okay for her to be lesbian? Will you be okay with that?
I'm going to answer that. Give me 1 second just to preface that.
Yeah, okay. Open Gemini.
When I said the word, when I use the word tradition, I'm not using it in a connotation of good or bad tradition. I'm just saying what's happening. I'm talking about what 2026 is.
What the culture is today.
The culture, the behavior, what's the reality. So I'm not passing judgment saying it's a good tradition that we have a ton of baby mamas. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's good that you got a bunch of dads that created baby mamas. I'm just saying that that's what the reality is.
But would
no. Wait, Rosie, just 1 second. Rosie, that's not the definition of tradition. You're just making words up. That's actually no. 1 second, please. 1 second. There's tradition, which is something of old, and there's modern, which is something of current that is right now. Modern. These behaviors are modern behaviors. They are not traditional behavior. Just because everybody doing it right now doesn't mean that they're traditional. They are modern behaviors.
So all you've done is qualify the word tradition. All you've done
no. It's not qualifying. No, Jonathan, you are using.
All you've done is change the. You've just attached an adjective, modern versus old.
No. It's because the word tradition carries weight. The word traditional, when you say something is traditional, carries weight, meaning your dad was doing that, your granddad was doing that. It carries weight, comes with lineage, comes with habits, comes with customs, all of these things, right?
But you don't think any of our dads were doing that? And it was happening back then too. It's been going on since the human exists.
What does that have to do with Tia having two baby daddies?
Nothing.
Or the fact that she doesn't want her son to get with the baby's mother.
Yes.
Guys, we all agree that in an ideal world, even Tia is saying this, if you don't have any baby mamas and you're a single guy and you meet a woman and she doesn't have kids, that is an easier life. That's exactly what Tia is saying. Like, and going to Mr. Fantastic's, yes, you would always pick the person that didn't have kids because it's going to be an easier life. It'll be at 25, you don't have to raise another kid. You don't have to provide. Like, I had a difficult time providing for my wife back when I got married at 32.
But that's not what she said. But that's not what she said. She said women that have kids are more nurturing. They are going to treat their husbands better.
For sure they're more nurturing.
Okay, so if they're going to treat their husbands better, why not send the kids to these women that are going to treat them better?
Because maybe you don't want to have to take on the responsibility of raising other kids when you don't even know that you want kids. What if he doesn't even know he wants kids?
Hey, Jonathan, this is the problem we're having with you. First, you say, I'm not judging a woman for the amount of kids she has. I literally said 5 kids, 5 baby daddies. I'm not judging a woman because she has 5 kids by 5 baby daddies. And now you're saying the life is going to be more difficult. So I don't want my kid to go through that. Isn't that passing judgment?
I'm being pragmatic, Fatty. When I was 32 years old, it was a heck of a lot easier for me to provide for one woman than I would have been provide for 3 mouths versus 1. So I'm just being pragmatic.
No, you're not being pragmatic, because a pragmatic man never will consider a woman with 5 kids. A pragmatic man would say, no matter how good you are 5-time WCW champion. I'm going to go to the WWE. I'm not dealing with this. That's what the pragmatic man does. Is I only have money for 1 Happy Meal. I don't have money for 5 Happy Meals. So I'm going to steer out of your way, and I'm going to go to the woman that has 1 baby because I can afford 2. You are not being pragmatic. You are being the woman whisperer.
I'm not disagreeing with you that yes, it's probably far fewer men out there that are lining up to say they want to be the stepdad or the adopted dad of five kids. I agree with you.
Chris, anything that you heard, you've been paying attention for the last 30 minutes?
Well, I guess the only thing I would say is Mr. Fantastic posed a question. I'm prepared to answer that. If I were in a man's shoes, just from my experience, if there were a woman that had children and a woman that did not have children, I would go with the woman that doesn't have the children. And I say that because, you know, if I'm a young man or a man and I don't have any children at that time, I might not be ready to take on that responsibility, and I might be wanting to just know the woman. But it's more likely that a man would choose the woman that doesn't have the children. And I'm just going based off of the question that Mr. Fantastic asked in simplicity, because I know that there are a lot of reasons why people choose the answers that they choose. But just based off the question that he asked, that's my answer.
What about you, Roses?
No.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything before we go to Mont?
Oh no, I've said everything. I'm good. We've exhausted this. Like,
Mont, I'm trying to
no baby mamas, no baby daddies, and I don't want my son picking a baby mama either.
Hold up, don't slide yet. I got a feeling you'll like this one or this. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and join the Patreon. Link is in the description below. See you soon.
If you ask me, it almost seems like he's just one of those guys, right? Like personally, him and tomfoolery, right? I mean, I ain't gonna really put that on him. But then again, at the same time, it's just a great parallel when you look at your guys during the Black Lives Matter protest movement, during the George Floyd situation, where they would have your people who would, they would have some of your white folk who would jump into the crowd and to the protest, act like they're a part of the movement, but yet they will go into the corners and start to destroy stuff so they can make everybody look bad. That's just how I see it here, right? That's how I look at it, right? He's over here, he's thinking, it almost seems like they are for the community, but then you start to see the type of narrative that they're pushing, and it's a very, 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 very bad narrative. It's like, man, bro, like, why are you even here? Why are you even having a conversation? Why are you even talking? Because if you notice, they all come on here saying the exact same thing. This is why your black women love white men, because this is a true definition of, hey, listen, we date these people because they are easier to take advantage of. But I mean, hey, man, listen, this is our sisterhood. Do me a huge service, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.